first look at the all-new Mercedes-Benz X-Class ute. This is the top of the line, X250D. It is the power model, so it's the better of the specs. And we're just down Tassie, first look at it. So it's quite impressive, really nice car. As you'd expect with this spec, it's got a very nice interior. Quite spacious. The seats are quite comfortable. This model has electric adjustable in-seat heating, adjustable headrests. So we've got a 12 volt SIG outlet down here. There's also one in here and one up the front there, just in front of the gear selector. And this has the optional roof liner, charcoal. I'm not sure exactly what the colour's called, but yeah, versus the lighter colour, it's a bit hard to see here, but it's quite dark. 7 airbags too on this model. Quite a large, easy to use display. So all the functionality is quite good. One thing that's really impressive inside the cabin is the noise. There's virtually no engine noise, and driving these sort of gravelly tracks, very smooth, very quiet. You can tell it's a Mercedes-Benz heritage. Just little attentions to detail like that are quite nice. Interestingly, you'll notice that there's no lever here, so they've deleted the right hand function column off the steering column, so it's all here on the left hand side. Little column beneath it operates the cruise control, and the for want of, I can't remember the actual acronym right now, but it's basically the hill descent control, speed limiter. And it works pretty well. Steering wheel feels great. It's really nice, well set out functionality. No problems with it at this stage in terms of operating it. So here we've got electric mirrors and all the usual functionality. So the dash feels and looks quite nice, simple, functional. We've got our center display. A steel looking finish onto the dash. This is the power model. All in all, a nice, clean, functional layout, really. Good automatic dimming rear view mirror. Little creature comforts. Lit mirror. So it's, at the moment, it's sort of been labelled as a, by some, as a bit of a Navara NP300 cast off, but it's actually quite far from the truth. It's a completely different body. The wheel track's actually 70mm wider, which obviously means a lot of work has been done. But very nice. Coil rear, which actually feels really good. We're about to test some loads in it. Overall, a really good product so far. Yet to give it some serious off-roading, but yeah, nice. So double wishbone front, solid rear axle, multi-link, a little bit of factory bash protection. is just having another look at the rear end. Got our rear lower connecting to the rear live axle. So it's interesting that Mercedes has gone for a 255 tyre. It really would be nice to see something larger. As you can see, there's plenty of room in the wheel arches. So just to go to the next size up would have been a really nice thing, like a 265. You know, for those guys that really want to put a bigger set of shoes on down the road without engineering. The rear railing system is good, very robust. Nice liner. So we've just come down a reasonably steep, very slippery slope, and the traction control's done its job really nicely. It's actually really refined, which is nice. So all in all, through this slippery stuff, I haven't really had a chance just yet to give the traction control an uphill go yet, but it seems to be a really nice tight unit so far. We are at highway pressures on road tyres, and impressive, it's good. A little bit of trouble ahead. Some slippery stuff.
Have a couple of bites at the cherry here. Look at this.
Yeah, all good. So we've got a little bit of a slippery, grassy slope ahead, which looks like quite a bit of fun. So I'm in 4 low. I've got the diff lock, which is factory fitted. Engaged. I can clearly see it, and I think we're going to have a bit of sport in a few moments, so it should be good fun.
All good. So once we get over the top of this,
Okay, keep it straight.
Wow. We're gonna have to get this first part, mate.
Right now, bearing down quite hard.
Yeah. So in this sort of situation, Scott, what would be the best plan of attack?
I'd probably go for automatic here, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't manually select gear.
Yeah.
On the first bite of the cherry anyway. Just, we're not 100% sure what gear we need to be in. We are going to need momentum. Like, this is your classic scenario where you do want a bit of momentum. In saying that, you don't want to hit it like flat out, because you risk damaging the car. But yeah, this is definitely a scenario where momentum is quite helpful. You can see there's been quite a few cars already attempted, so it is getting chewed out, making it a bit more difficult. You can see old mate's has chosen a different line, a bit of a fresh line now.
Yeah, a straighter approach.
No, he's nearly there, but I don't think he's going to get there. So in this scenario, it's important to keep the car pointed straight up and down the hill. Any sort of propensity for, if the car wants to go left or right, it's not a situation you want to be in, because there is a small risk of rollover. So keeping the car pointed straight up and down is vital.
Yeah.
But they look to be going pretty good for a, considering we're on factory tyres or road tyres and highway pressures.
Yeah, exactly. It's genuinely straight from the highway and into the into the jungle here. So. That's the Spirit. Still climbing, and away we go. So what line do you think we're going to take out this one, mate? We've got a few options.
Yeah, we'll probably go left, I think.
Yeah.
Once we go right, if we don't crack it, we're starting to get into an area which is going to be a little messy for a runner. Whoa. Yeah, that's probably the line there.
Yeah.
Let's give it a crack.
Yeah. Cool. And away we go, mate. Just like that.
Cakewalk. So here we go. We've got 650 kilograms in the back. Let's see how it goes with a load. Give it a bit of juice here. Not too bad. That torque really does a pretty good job. You can probably hear this noise, which is what I was alluding to earlier. There's a lot of gravel noise in the wheel arches, which is quite a disappointment really. I would expect some sort of lagging in there. It's really quite distracting. Steering's nice and good. She actually feels quite solid. Just gonna give way to a bit of traffic here, but yeah, pretty good. I thought it'd actually be a little lighter in the front end, but it actually holds its ground pretty well. Yeah, so there really isn't much noticeable difference with the load on in terms of power. For this test, I've jumped back into the single turbo variant. I think it's 120 kilowatt from memory. But yeah, it's good. Very well planted.
How the sight lines, blind spots, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, pretty good visibility actually from inside the cabin. No real blind spots. Head height's reasonable. One thing I have found a little frustrating today on the drive is moving my foot back to the brake pedal. If you've got quite a long foot, you tend to come in contact with the paneling underneath, which is slightly annoying. And what I was alluding to before is gone is the column on the right hand side of the steering. We've only got these two on the left now, so yeah, something a little different. So we're nearing the end of today's event. We've done a little bit of off-roading, nowhere near as much as I would have liked, but it did teach me a few things, that it is pretty much on par with what I'd expect from Mercedes. It's a pretty well-rounded package, very comfortable on the road, very sure-footed. The suspension is nice. The 7-speed transmission, I've got the auto here, is it's really smooth, very nicely geared. Yeah, comfort is good. Could probably do a little bit more thigh support on the seats, but this model has the leather and it's quite nice inside. Engine noise is really low. What I have discovered though is on the gravel, there's quite a bit of tyre noise on the inside of the arch, almost like it's lacking some sort of lagging or sound deadening material. So I do hear a lot of the stones flicking up into the guards, which is a little bit disappointing. But other than that, it's a really nice package. It's a good solid car. This is the twin turbocharged variant, so same as the Nissan Navara, but I suspect differently tuned, of course. But yeah, it's a really nice, well-planted car, quite capable. Really, nothing to complain about.